In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a dual radiator and condenser fan on your Scion XB. This is going to be located in the front of the bumper. Let's get started. Starting on the bottom corner of the bumper, we're going to remove all of the 10mm bolts going across the front. There's going to be 4 on each side. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other. Looking inside of the fender, you're going to have 2 Phillips head screws. Go ahead and remove both of those screws. And do the same thing on the other side. Using a pair of clip pliers, we're going to go across the front of the bumper, removing all of the clips. We're going to remove the top corner ones at each top corner. There should be one right here. You should have one right here, one right here. One right there, and one right there. Remove all the clips. Remove the 10mm bolt on either side. Do the same thing on the other side. Remove the plastic trim piece. Slide it out through the front. There should be a 10mm bolt right here and one to match on the other side. Go ahead and remove both of those. And we have a plastic clip right in the middle. We'll use a clip tool, pop that out. We're going to go to the corner of the bumper and we're going to pop this out. Pop all of the clips. Go and do the same thing on the other side. Remove the bumper. Pull straight out. If you have fog lights, you're going to have 2 connectors that you'll have to remove. Remove the horn connectors. There's a push button on the side. Push straight on it, pull straight down, and remove the connectors. Do this for both horns. Remove all 3 10mm bolts for the headlight. We have one more 10mm bolt on the side. Pull up on the top tab and pull the headlight assembly forward. You can either leave it off to the side like this, or you can remove all of the connectors. We're going to go through and remove all of the connectors. Push on the push buttons, pull straight back, and remove all the connectors. Remove the headlight assembly. Remove the 2 10mm bolts for the bracket. Pull the bracket up and off of the support. Remove the hood latch connector. Push on the tab where my thumb is. Pull straight back. I have a few zip ties that are holding this harness to this front brace. We're going to go through and cut these with a pair of cutters. Just free the harness from that front brace. Pull the harness over to the side. Remove the hose out of the plastic clips. Just push it straight out. We have one more over here on this driver's side. I'm going to pull that out. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to remove the 4 bolts for our top brace. There's 2 on the top, 1 on this side, 1 on the other, and then we have 2 on the front. 1 on this side and 1 on the other. Repeat the same process, remove the 2 bolts on the other side. Lift straight up on the brace and pull it over to the side. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to remove the 2 top bolts for our trim piece. Do this on both sides. Push in on the tab. Pull straight up and remove the plastic trim piece. Do this on both sides. I'm going to use a pair of pinch-off clamps and pinch off this hose. Using a pair of pliers, we're going to grab the clamp for the hose and pull it off. Pull the clamp back Remove the hose from the radiator. A little bit of coolant may spill out. Do the same thing on the other side for the overflow tube. I'm going to use a pair of pinch-off clamps. Pinch the clamp. Remove the hose. We're looking up at the bottom of the vehicle at the back of the radiator on the driver's side. You're going to find the radiator drain. We're going to open this drain up. Be sure you have a bucket under you, and we're going to drain all the coolant. Pinch the clamp for the line and pull it back. Do this on both lines. Going to break the lines free from the steel. Pull the two lines off. Be ready for a little bit of fluid to come out. Using a trim tool, we're going to remove the plastic stay for the radiator hose. Using a trim tool, remove the plastic stay for the fan harness. Remove the connector for the fans. Push straight down on the tab, pull straight back, remove the connector. We have one more down on the side. Do the same thing. Pull that harness up and out of the way. Using a pair of clamp pliers, we're going to go down and pinch the clamp for the radiator hose on the driver's side. Pinch the clamp and pull it back on the hose. Remove the hose off the radiator. I'm going to use a pick to help me break up the tension in between the rubber and the radiator. Remove the coolant hose. We're going to do the same thing on the passenger side for the lower radiator hose. Pinch the clamp for the lower radiator hose and move it back. Using a right angle pick, I'm going to break the seal in between the lower radiator hose and the radiator. Saw a bit of coolant come out. Remove the lower radiator hose. Lift the condenser up and out of the lower plastic. Grab the radiator and pull it straight up with the fan assembly attached. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to remove the two bolts for the lines. Pull the line set over to the side. Using a trim tool, we're going to pop the plastic stay off of the fan assembly. We have two 10mm bolts on the bottom. One on both sides. Remove the fan assembly from the radiator. Install the fan into the radiator. Install the two bottom bolts. Get them nice and snug. Install the plastic stay for the hose. Install the two bolts for the line. Get them started by hand and snug them down. Now we're ready to install our assembly. When we drop the fan assembly in, we want to make sure that the posts are sitting in these rubber grommets. Install the radiator and fan assembly into the vehicle. Drop the radiator down into those two grommets on bottom. Once you do this, you shouldn't be able to wiggle it back and forth. Drop the condenser down into the front. Install the lower radiator hose onto the radiator. Pinch the clamp for the radiator hose and pull it back into place. Pinch the hose clamp and pull it up over the hose onto the radiator. We're going to grab our overflow tank hose and attach it. Remove your pinch clamps. Pinch the hose clamp, pull it up onto the radiator, install it back into place. Install the cooler lines. Get them fully seated. Pull the clamps up into place. Install the radiator hose on the driver's side. Make sure it's fully seated on that hose. Get the clamp into position. Grab the fan harness and install the connectors. Push until you hear a click. If you don't hear a click, give them a pull, make sure they're locked on. Install the plastic stay into the fan assembly. Install the top hose. Grab that clamp and pull it into place. Install the top plastic trim piece onto the fan assembly. Install the 10mm bolt here. Ours is broken. Do the same thing on the other side. Get the 10mm bolt started and snug down. We're going to install our top support. When we do this, we want to make sure that these rubber grommets make it into these holes. These are on either side. Get the top support installed. Install the bolts for the support. Install the 10mm bolt in front. Do the same thing on the other side. Install the front and the top. Pull the connector over for the hood latch and get it installed. I'm going to use some zip ties and tie it up to where it was last time, right here and right here, just to keep it out of the way. Install the coolant line into the plastic stay. Install the bracket onto the support. Install the two 10mm bolts. Snug them down. Install the hose into the plastic stay, and we have one more. Install all of the connectors to the headlight. Install this cable stay onto the back. Just slide it right on. Give all of your plugs a pull. Make sure they're all locked on. Install the headlight into place. Push down the tab on top. It'll hold it for you mostly. Install the three 10mm bolts for the headlight. One more on the side. Do the same thing on the other side. Install the connectors for the horn. Push until you hear a click. Give them a pull, make sure they're locked on. Close the radiator drain Make sure it's nice and tight. Install the bumper, line it up, go straight on. Install the plastic clip in the top middle of the bumper. If you have the two 10mm bolts, go ahead and install those and snug them down now. Install the plastic trim piece. Push it all the way back and then tuck it under this front lip. Install all of the clips. Get all of your plastic clips installed. Install the bolt right next to the headlight. Snug it down. Do the same thing on the other side. Pull the front bumper up into those clips. Get them all set into place. Tuck the inner fender liner into the bumper. You're going to tuck it into this clip, install the screw, snug it down, install the top screw, install the front fender liner into the clip, tuck it into the bumper, install the screws, do the same thing on the other side. We're going to set up our AC machine and recharge our system. In your case, you're going to take it down to the shop and have them recharge the system for you. Remove the cap for the coolant reservoir. Fill the reservoir to the max line with coolant and reinstall the cap.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.